Okay, let's not be triggering that again. Okay, we're here. Hi, I actually have to try to make money off of this again. So, yo. I'm gonna pin it. There's the Patreon. Go there, give me money. If you like streams. If you don't like streams, I don't know. Go give me money and then maybe I'll stream what you want me to stream or whatever. Give me money to stop. If you want me to stop streaming, go, like... give me loads of cash. Yeah. Ooh, let's see how I do. No, don't have anyone else here right now. I might hop into the chat on Discord just in case someone wants to show. There we are. It's there. If someone wants to show, they can ambush me. But I'll just get that out of the way now. So, yeah. What is on the table? Nothing but MSQ. I'm having some static. Oh, because I have this set to power saver instead of performance. Problem solved. Maybe. There we go. I think it's my headphones. Well, I can't afford new headphones, so I'm just gonna have to live with it. Let's go. Sold something. What did you sell, Hyper Evil Me? A pittance. Hey, every bit counts and helps. Some clear prisms. Okay, thank you, Setsuka Shirogane, for that. Hi, Hawk. Well, let's get messaged. Seika is messaging me. Well, Seika can come into stream if Seika wants. I'm not gonna really glam up. I'm just gonna get out of my cute glam that I liked for a thing. Go into something. I don't know what. You know what? That feels like something I want right now. But I'm going to take the hat off. I'm not really feeling hat today. Okay. So last time we cleared out post Shadowbringers. Now we're in Pre-Endwalker. I should repair. Yeah. Folk like Hawk should be here for everything, but where's the mender? Where's the mender? Am I blind? Where's the mender? But yeah, I don't know. I had a job interview for the last several months because I'm at the level of job where jobbing eats up a lot of time. Like, you have your initial interviews, and then you have technical examinations, and then you have more interviews, and etc. And then they finally put you in face-to-face with hiring managers. And I did swimmingly on everything. Everyone loved me, except the hiring manager, who I got on the call, and it's like a wide-eyed look, and I'm like, oh god, I just got clocked by someone who was expecting a meek little, like, not giant trans woman. And then, unsurprisingly, got, oh, well, we're not going to move forward with you for this position. Shortly thereafter. It's like, yeah, there's no legal liability. I can't say, oh, they didn't hire me because I'm trans, but I've been through this rigmarole so many times over the past year. Like, there's a reason I don't have a job, and it's transphobia. So, yeah. Since I'm almost out of my... Let's see, since I've gone through unemployment, and I've gone through severance, and I'm now almost out of my lifetime retirement savings, there's a strict stop on streams inbound. So I just want to try and get Endwalker beaten before then, so... If I have to stop streaming forever on account of homelessness and death, at least that's done, and that's there. So, that's the intention. That's why we're streaming this today, and not more of the BG3 Hawk Run. Hey, Nor, are you still thinking about inviting Grahatia to your group? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Tataru. Everyone likes the garments I prepared for them. Yes. Could you prepare me some more garments? Alice say, Cryo. Yay. Oh, greetings, Gabo. Come to look in on our friends? Rest assured, everyone's quite well. I've been keeping a close eye on them and satisfied myself that they're all in fine health. As a matter of fact, they're just about to convene in Dawn's Respite to discuss how best to use their pent-up energy. Let's join them, shall we? Do I have to walk over there? No.
Well, my friends, now that we have all settled back into our bodies, it is time we resumed our duties in earnest. Let us speak of our plans.
Ever since the Emperor's death, it's been one unsettling rumor after another. I have a mind to pay a visit to Garlemald to ascertain the truth of the matter.
A prudent endeavor. 'Tis of the essence that we establish the full extent of the threat, not least if it should prove that Xenos doth indeed orchestrate events from the shadows. In light of which possibility, I shall accompany thee on thy mission.
Gay dads are going on a vacation to Garlemald. Let's go.
Be assured that thou shalt find me more a help than a hindrance. Thou requirest another to imbue thine ammunition, dost thou not?
Oh, Andre's like, no, I'm going with you. Get off it. That's right. Listen to Mom, Thancred. Oh my god.
Assuming that's settled, there's something I've been meaning to look into as well.
Welcome back, everyone!
Lise!
Oh, I was happy, and then you showed up.
You're fine now, right? No more headaches or keeling over?
That's right. We're fighting fit and raring to go.
The famous Lise Hext, former scion and hero of the Alamegan resistance.
I'm having some issues with my power. Give me just one moment. I'm gonna sort around some wires here. I don't know if you picked up all that blue as I was messing with wires. Okay, it's working now. Didn't want to have no power and lose my everything. This is bothering me. You heard the bleeps, yeah. I don't know. Hear the banging. Someone's working in the walls.
Really? It's so easy to assume that all Archons are acquainted. But then I suppose your fields of expertise are rather different.
Grahat here, at your service. I have read much and more about your exploits, Commander. It is a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance.
Okay, I do need to know, can you hear the crackling? Is the crackling coming through on stream, or is the crackling just me? No, not the mic crackles. Okay, mic crackles is me, and that's known. Okay, that does mean it's a hardware issue. I mean that, like, game audio is crackling for me.
The others told me all about you.
Do not be so sure. Words scarcely do justice to the vital role he played in our victory in the first. A more dependable comrade one would be hard-pressed to find.
I can think of a few.
Oh,
a
right.
hawk,
I
a
did glance at
halabali.
the report, but I'd be lying if I said I understood half of it. Well, that's a lot to take in. Just to be clear, this means we're not heading for another calamity, does it?
Shorn of their unsundered master's leadership, what Ascians remain shall struggle to see their plans to fruition. And though I would ever advise caution, I believe we may rest easy for a time.
I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah, Lise is a little overwhelmed. Out of the loop.
Even so, I don't know what to make of this business about Hydaelyn and Zodiac being primals.
A difficult truth to bear, yes. But at last we understand the nature of our adversary. And if there are no further calamities, neither will there be rejoinings, meaning Zodiac will never regain his full strength.
Meaning we can track him down and kill him.
Even so, as the oldest and mightiest of primals, he remains a force to be feared. Though his is a power born of the desire for salvation, we have seen the havoc it may wreak. And it falls to us to ensure that it is never again brought to bear upon this star.
But tell us, Lise, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
What do you mean? Isn't seeing my long-lost comrades reason enough? Alright, there was one other matter.
Of course it was.
I have a message from the Alliance, and before you ask, yes, it's about the Empire.
I'm so glad that we have normal problems again.
So, after Emperor Varys' assassination, it seems his cousin Nerva made a bid for the throne. The trouble is, he wasn't the only one with designs on it, and it didn't take long for a civil war to break out. And it's not just in the provinces. Early reports say huge swathes of the Imperial capital have been reduced to rubble. The Alliance will soon convene in Alamigo to decide on a course of action, and we were hoping you'd come along.
Well, as it happens, Urianger and I were just this moment planning a little trip to Garlemald. And we should be grateful for any advice the Alliance can provide on how best to make the most of our visit.
To Alamigo, then.
Why don't you go on without me? There's something I need to look into.
Can I go with Alice? I am so tired of meetings.
Oh, forgive me. You were just telling us. What is it, if I may ask?
I want to find a way to cure the Tempered.
Of course. You think it may be possible to adapt the treatment you use to help those corrupted by the Sin Eaters?
I'm sorry, a cure for tempering? But that would change everything. Alice, consider yourself uninvited. Go and find us this cure.
Alice, fuck you. Fix things.
I'll do my best. I was hoping you might join me. Don't worry if not, though. I won't hold it against you if you'd rather attend a stuffy meeting.
I like stuffy meetings.
Rest assured, there'll be many, many more. Go on, lend Alize a hand.
Because your decisions don't actually matter. They need you to follow the rails so
I'll
they can
come
give you
too.
the next content.
If you don't mind, that is.
Don't you want to spend time with Albric?
Mind? I'm sure they would be glad of your company. Pray, enjoy your time together with your hero.
No. That's not... I mean, I simply thought my knowledge might be of some use.
We shall be on our way, then.
Be
Godspeed.
nice. Be nice to the little... Be nice to the twink, everyone, okay? Seriously. Come on. Grahati is not used to everything. Okay, so what have we got? We've got Grahatia. When you should told us about one cannot afford even the slightest slip. Or you could just learn to take it. Tataru. Don't worry, I can say with complete confidence that Graha is dressed for anything. And Alice. Wait, what do you mean dressed for everything? Tataru, what have you and Graha been getting up to? Do we need to tell Albric? When I set out to save Alric, I think Gabu was always at the back of my mind. And having proved that the light corrupted are not lost, I'm convinced the same must be true of the tempered. Similar to those corrupted by the Sin Eaters, the aether of Gabu's soil has been rendered stagnant. And though the root cause is different, perhaps the solution's the same. It is by no means an unreasonable hypothesis, Alize, and it warrants full investigation. There's a chance we can save Gabu. We have leave to try. However much I'd like to race over to Limsa and send it to work, there's no room for recklessness, not when a child's life is at stake. As I'm sure Bekalik would remind us, we still know little unless about the soul. Any number of things could go wrong if we don't exercise due caution. And so, before attempting anything, we should learn all we can about tempering. Just one problem, research has long since ground to a halt, and the combined work of many scholars involved doesn't exactly amount to a wealth of knowledge. Not of modern scholars, perhaps, but what of their ancient counterparts? I know the Allegans took a more than passing interest in the subject. And if what we seek is to be found anywhere, it would surely be at the Etherochemical Research Facility. Azazla, let's go! Where they experimented on primals and their worshippers, yes. Good thinking. I've never actually been there myself, but I did read reports on Azazla, which means we'll be needing an airship. An airship, you say? One moment. Selection, take screenshot. Tataru. Save. I need that picture, that Tataru face forever. Meet me at the northern bank of Silvertear Lake. I've got a surprise for you. Oh, and come prepared to travel. Okay. That's why Tataru's my wife. Always ready for anything. Seriously, best girl. Yeah, they're just doing their thing. Riol. Well, Thancred and Rianjay are off to Garlemald. I'll keep information flowing freely. You do that. Oh, that means that there might be other things that people say. If you're looking for Isilde, yeah, they went off to Doma. Are y'all still just doing your thing? Clements? The Archons have scarcely returned and already sisters at it again. However this plays out, I pity the new... Yeah, no, they're still doing their thing. I love it. You got the polycule over here, and then the normal couple... Normal... What is normal, anyway? The mono couple over there, and they're just like... They're waiting to get roped in. You know they are. Oh. Okay, it's bird time. I was kind of hoping I'd get my new one, but that's fine. It's been so long since I've just, like, gone through. I love Mordona. Mordona is seriously my favorite spot. I love it. Hey, Tataru. What? Hey, did you know there's no collision on the airship? I'm the airship now. I give you the Bonanza! The Scion's very own airship. Tataru, did you learn to fly? I built her as a company project with help from our friends at the Rising Stones, and named her for luck and prosperity. Tataru, Omnicrafter wife. Wow. This is amazing. We'll be able to fly just about anywhere we want. Our garments were impressive enough, but to build an entire airship... I see that the annals do not exaggerate the many talents of the Scion's fabled coin keeper. I'd also introduced myself as your pilot, except the training didn't quite go as well as hoped. But that's alright, because we hired this capable fellow here instead. The Bonanza is equipped with a full complement of mana cutters. By the way, feel free to use them to get around Azazla. That's enough talk. It's time to fly. All aboard. Where do you keep the mana cutters on this? It's not a very big airship. Where are you keeping the full complement of mana cutters? They must use the same technology I use to keep a half-dozen mounts up my ass. Azazla, I love you. Did I ever mention I was fond of flying? Because I am. Be it an airship, an Amaro, a chocobo, there's nothing so exhilarating as the feeling of the wind on your face as the horizon unfolds before you. Honestly, Sid would be jealous of the way that airship flies. Tataru's outdone herself. Anyway, here we are, on Azazla. And Alphino's report did not do the scale of this place justice. So this is where you had your reckoning with Thoradin. I wish I'd been with you. Appears to be Helix, which means we stand in the Alpha Quadrant. To the east lies the Beta Quadrant, and as I believe I have my bearings. This is my first time on Azazla. I do have some familiarity with the place, thanks to the records in the Crystal Tower. Unless I'm mistaken, this path leads to an Aetheryte, beyond which there will be an information terminal. I suggest we begin our search there. I wonder if it leads to an Aetheryte. Gosh. I'm being so mean. But we can see the Aetheryte right there. Oh my gosh, we have the royal blood of Alec here. We'll be able to use everything. Oh my god, yes. Time for our authority on Alec and artifacts to show what he can do. It is so true, bestie. Hey. Go. And here's the terminal. A moment while I search the archives for reference to tempering. Ah, there we are. Flop, flop. Iconic corruption. An overview. This sounds promising. Indeed, let's see what this report has to say. There we go. Confound it. The contents appear to have been deleted. What? No, is there something you can do? Not from here, I'm afraid. But it may be another copy of the report exists elsewhere. The question is where to look. It says here the report was written by someone named Owen. Is it likely he kept a copy? I would say it's a distinct possibility. Assuming there's a researcher here, he will have had quarters on the Habisphere. We can ascertain the details at Habisphere Control. Let's return to the Bonanza and avail ourselves of the mana cutters. We'll need them to reach our destination. I forgot you already have a suitable means of transport, don't you? No need to waste time accompanying us. We'll see you at the Habisphere. To the Habisphere. Upon the back of my Revel's Wolf. Wow. Where's the Habisphere? It's way over there. And up. Whee. Azazla. Heaven's Word was so good. And I really just... Okay, I'm gonna fly through this. Wow. Hey, the Imperials still have their airship parked here because it's freaking a part of a static map, apparently. Like, seriously, are the Imperials are still over here? Oh, but let's not get distracted. Habisphere, let's go. Dang, when they said Habisphere, they meant Habisphere. That's... How many people lived in that little ball, huh? That's... I mean... Welcome to Habisphere Control. How may I assist you? I didn't want to talk to you. I wanted to talk to Alice. No. I wanted to talk to Alice. When I recall the layout, it should be somewhere in the vicinity of... Warning, evacuation order is presently in effect. Entry to the Hemisphere is not permitted at this time. Foiled again. In all likelihood, the order would have been imposed during the Fourth Umbral Calamity, and I doubt it will be lifted in the near future. Energy level critical. Returning to base for recharging. Well, surely there must be some other way to gain access. Force, for example. Ere we resort to that, I have an idea. Where we descend a surge of energy through yonder control mechanism, it should prompt the system to restart, releasing the locks. As for a suitable energy source, a concentrated lightning shard would suffice. Happily, I seem to recall that they are known to form at points of stagnant ether throughout the continent. You seem to recall? Are you honestly telling me that's in the records too? I am. A report sent to the capital mentioned lightning aspected aether was prone to pooling on the continent, resulting in surges that interfered with equipment. Minor detail, I grant you, but my role as the caretaker of the Crystal Tower, there's no such thing as too much Allagan knowledge. Besides, my studies help me feel connected to the source, to home. I must have explored this facility 1,000 times in my mind. But to finally stand here with the two of you, it's more exhilarating than I can well express. I wish Albrecht were here with us. But now then, the lightning shard. If I may, I suggest we split up and search the Beta Quadrant. Oh, but beware of sprites. They're wont to manifest where the aether's stagnant. Now you're just showing off. What makes me think we should make a contest of this? First to return with the shard wins. What do you say? Well, it's my honor to come third. There you go. You're getting the hang of this, Graha. Vroom. Off they go. Gave them a head start. Chocobor. I knew there'd be a shortcut back. Now 7.2 is going to be exciting because they're going to make you able to start up mounts while moving. Bravo! That was quite a show, adventurer. Why, the spectacle proved so enthralling, all thoughts of the prize slipped from my mind. Grahatia, I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations. The lightning shard is yours. It's the Crystal Tower all over again. No dramatic entrance? You've changed. Actually, no, this is how he was in the beginning of Crystal Tower. You remember that? In my defense, I was caught in the moment. It isn't every day you meet an honest-to-God's hero, after all. Well, the contest continues. So you better hurry back. Oh, but one last thing. Thank you for bringing me here. Alice, for real this time. You have a shard? Then you win. I searched high and low, but couldn't find so much as a trace of stagnant aether. It appears Alice had no luck, so victory's yours. Congratulations. Now then, may I have the shard? No. Go get your own. What is it that makes you so much better at finding things? What do you have that I don't? That's a question I've asked myself on numerous occasions. But I suspect we could both learn a great deal. Not just about secrets of adventuring. Come, we should attend our mission. Wait, Graha, what are you proposing? Boy. That's... okay. Wow. Excellent. The system responded exactly as intended. We now have access to the Happisphere. Only one obstacle remains. Security systems within. Should they be triggered, they can make life rather difficult for us. In light of which, pray leave the rest to me. If I'm right, my royal blood should allow me to venture in unmolested. Assuming this place works like the Crystal Tower, yes. But if it doesn't, you'll be on your own. I want you to promise you'll get out at first sign of trouble. I promise. Wish me luck. Well, nothing for it but to sit tight. I'm sure this Owen fellow was very learned, but iconic corruption and overview sounds like a studium thesis. We all had to write one. Lest you wonder, mine was about the combat applications of Aether. I'm nothing if not practical. Alphanos was more philosophical, of course. Political, dare I say it. He chose to write a lengthy discourse on our nation's duty to the world. A controversial subject, to say the least. He asserted that Charlene's knowledge should rightly be used to protect all life on the star, in direct opposition to the country's cherished policy of non-intervention. Being a leading member of the Forum, our father was not happy. At the time, of course, Alphino was utterly convinced of his views, and would cheerfully argue to the death with anyone who saw things differently. By which I mean the rows were long. To be fair to him, though, he's since learned to be a little more open-minded. But deep down, he still holds fast to that one belief, and I admire him for it. I should like to have met young Alphino. For what it's worth, my thesis concerned the Allegan civilization as depicted in folklore. Oh, you're back. I didn't know you attended the studium. I didn't. A thesis was required to earn my Archon's mark. My peers at the Students of Badesian convinced me to write one with the promise of unfettered access to forbidden tomes. Though I considered it no more than a means to the end at the time, I will admit it was gratifying having my efforts acknowledged. Good gods, an Archon's thesis. I shudder to imagine the work involved. But enough about that. Is this the fruit of your foray? Yes, Owen's archive node. It was waiting for me in his chamber. If a copy of the report still survives, it'd be stored in this device. Shall we find out? Initializing. Scanning for registered user. User not found. To proceed as guest, please complete biometric authentication. Verifying. Authentication complete. Guest identified as member of the royal family. I am at your most humble service, your highness. It never ceases to amuse me. 'Tis but a pity the effect will not last forever. Doga and Arai said as much when they granted me this gift. But until such time as it fades, I shall use it gratefully. Search archive for iconic corruption. Searching. One item found. Iconic corruption and overview. Report is locked by author. Please state password. Well, go on then, Your Highness. Tell the nice node the password. Alright, let's see, Swordfish. Glory be to Alec. Long live Emperor Zandi. Password incorrect. Please try again. Confound it. Come now, passwords are invariably short and simple. For instance... Password! The notion that the password could be something so inane would be laughable, were it not dangerously stupid. Furthermore, your conduct in the presence of His Highness is grossly inappropriate. Know your place, handmaiden. What did that thing just call me? Wild Rose! Password incorrect. Again. Be warned that any further inappropriate behavior in the presence of His Highness will not be tolerated. Alright, that's it. I say we dismantle and manually extract what we need. Now, let's not be too hasty. A single misstep and we risk losing the report altogether. I believe this may be a task for Sid and his colleagues. If anyone can coax Machina into cooperating, it's them. Still can't believe the password wasn't Wild Rose. It's always Wild Rose. Come, let's bear the node back to the Rising Stones. Money! Dum, threat detected. Fine, I'll let Sid try his hand first. If that doesn't work, we're doing it my way. I should probably mention I've yet to meet Sid since waking up. Rembrose did send word to the Ironworks, but it appears our friend has been afield on urgent business. Nevertheless, I assure you my proposal to seek his help is no pretext. However much I might look forward to seeing him again, him and everyone... But come, let's be on our way. That's the weapons quests that I want to be doing, but, yeah. Let's not dwell on that. Look at him, all but running. How sweet. Still, it wouldn't do to keep him waiting, shall we? Wow. Rising Stones, so much better than the Waking Sands. Just, here we are. Wow. It's the Rising Stones. I see you have news to share. So do I. Well, I'm pleased your mission was a success, and in no small part due to the bonanza. I love you, Tataru. Crow's back too. I wonder what was decided at the council. Large, low-born presence detected. Wonderful news. Tataru contacted Sid on our behalf, and he's on his way here as we speak. While we wait, I should very much like to hear what transpired at the Alliance Council. Would you be so kind, Kryle? As you know, the meeting was convened to discuss how best to respond to recent events in Garlemald. According to intelligence from our Doman allies, the War of Succession rages on, and the Empire remains without a leader. Amidst the chaos, the Imperial legions in the provinces have begun to move independently of the motherland. Of greatest concern is the Third, a legion aligned with Lord Nerva. It appears to have received substantial financial backing from House Brutus. Brutus, aren't they the ones who took Yotsuyo and Asahi? This bodes well. Xenos' movements, meanwhile, remain shrouded in mystery. We're hoping that Thancred and Urianger will be able to shed some light on his activities when they return. Until such time as they do, the Allied leaders feel it would be unwise to intervene in the conflict. And so, thanks in part to the Imperial withdrawal from Gimlet, they decided to turn the attention to Primal Problem once more. Working with friendly factions among the Beast Tribes, they hope to reopen dialogue and explore new avenues for peace. Given the timing, I suspect they wish to put their respective houses in order ahead of a decisive clash with the Empire. Whatever their intent, it's not a problem easily solved. The Laminsons in particular struggle in their efforts, and Alphino and Ishtola have been called upon to aid them. Wow, I'm having trouble speaking right now. Aid. So long as we're dealing with the Tempered, I'm afraid no amount of dialogue will avail us. But if we develop a treatment for tempering, anything is possible. Which is why we must succeed. And on that note, why not make yourselves comfortable in Dawn's Respite? I'll show Sid in as soon as he arrives. Yay, let's go be comfy. We've made the respite cozier than ever. You're gonna love it. I understand you took a little trip to Azisla. Raha made himself useful, I trust. Yes, he did. And I'm sure whatever you've done is going to be perfect, Tataru. Well, we still have the infirmary / sleeping area. And little drug corner. This is where Tataru makes me my estrogen. But we also have a meeting table. Warning, His Highness is exhibiting elevated blood pressure. Oh. Oh. Your Highness. Whatsoever could be going on with His Highness? As important as Gabu is to me, I know only too well how much more is at stake here. A cure could change the whole world. Sid, at long last. Oh my. Do we need to let Albrecht know about what's going on with Sid? Your Highness? Ow, the archive node zapped me for being a rude little bitch. Sid! Raha! Hey, and Spix and Wedge.
Forgive us for not coming to see you earlier, my friend. As you may have heard, we had our hands full. In our defense, you are up rather early. I was under the impression you'd be slumbering a while longer.
Oh, I would have been, had you not fulfilled your promise.
I still struggle with the idea. From where I stand, the secrets of traversing time and space seem exactly as unfathomable as they ever did. What if an alternate version of myself's already laid them bare? I dare say that frees me up to concentrate on other endeavors. Speaking of which, you wanted my help with something, wasn't it?
We have a laptop we need you to hack.
Well, a treatment for tempering. The next step, you said, is to find the password to this Alligan's report.
Just so. With nary a clue to guide us, we could be here forever and still not guess correctly. Thus we turn to you.
I'd love to say we could help you, so I will. Once suitably configured, a Magitech terminal should make short work of identifying the password.
I knew I could rely on you. Now, anticipating it might be of use, I took the liberty of borrowing a tombstone from Rambros. It contains an Allagan dictionary. Yay! Dictionary cell phone.
Good thinking. I'll transfer the information to a terminal and set it to work right away. Looks like it's finished. Let's see. Freedom. The password is freedom.
Short and simple, just like I said. Would you care to do the honors, Your Highness?
I would, milady.
This sounds like a subversive password, not gonna lie. Node, open the report entitled Iconic Corruption and Overview. Password, freedom. Password accepted. Opening report. This report seeks to provide an overview of the mechanism by which icons corrupt and bind men to their will. The phenomenon we call corruption refers to an alteration of the aether of the soul. I read Transgal vibes with Ms. Owen here, so we're gonna give her like the fried voice, the very I'm trying my hardest and actually care sort of voice. Said aether ordinarily exists in equilibrium, no one element being more prominent than another. But when a subject is exposed to aether of an icon, this changes, their soul taking on the properties of the entity in question. By way of an example, exposure to the aether of the fiend, Sephiroth, would cause the subject's aether to become aligned with the element of earth. As a consequence, the subject would attain heightened affinity with the earth aspect of magics, as well as a preternatural levels of endurance. Repeated exposure would further enhance these traits, ultimately altering the subject's very flesh. The changes undergone by the subject are not solely attributable to elemental alignment, however. Further testing has determined the subject's soul becomes umbrally charged, or stagnant during the process. The stagnation of the soul has the effect of diluting the sense of self, rendering the subject vulnerable to the will of the icon, the thoughts of whom come to consume their entire existence. In this manner do the corrupted become worshippers of the icon, their prayers serving to further empower the entity. Having discerned the mechanism of iconic corruption, my colleagues and I set out to develop a material capable of shielding one from the effects, an endeavor in which we were successful, albeit at great cost. In the course of testing, many of my assistants, good men and women all, fell victim to corruption, and in accordance with protocol, they were summarily put to death. I subsequently submitted a proposal to investigate potential cures for corruption, but it was rejected, deemed non-essential by Lord Amon. Though I knew it would be fruitless, I protested the decision, and for my impertinence I have been stripped of rank and title, and will shortly be expelled from this facility. In all likelihood, this report will be expunged from the archives. Nonetheless, I record it in the hope that one day someone will undertake to do that which I could not, and find a cure for the victims of iconic corruption. End recording. So not even the Alligans are able to find a cure. Or rather, were not given the chance to do so. One cannot help but wonder what motivated Lord Amon's decision. More importantly, this confirms that stagnation of the soul is indeed the problem, and Angelo can remedy that. True, yet were we to simply reanimate a tempered soul, I fear it would do naught to diminish the individual's fanatical faith. Indeed, it might well intensify it. No, we need to somehow suppress the primal's hold on the subject, or risk them remaining ever its thrall. So there's no point in reviving their souls unless we also restore their sense of self? Of course, memory transference. The process had the effect of compartmentalizing memories, separating them into manageable bundles, if you will. By adapting the technique, it may be possible to achieve selective reanimation, that is, limit the effects to only those memories that existed prior to tempering. Through thus restoring the sense of self, we could theoretically drown out the incitements of false faith, which have come to dominate the individual's thoughts. I see. Theory would seem sound. Our experience treating the light corrupted would help us identify suitable memories for reanimation. But are you confident you can adapt memory transference as required? I seem to recall your attempts to do so while trying to bring us home culminated in literal bloodletting. They did, you're right. Despite my best effort, I could not recreate the mechanism, and I concede that the rather clumsy compromise I reached would not provide the basis for a cure. Perhaps it's better if we consider another approach. Your doubts are understandable, but this time I believe we have reason to be confident. You see, nodes such as this were built with the ability to simulate magics, which leads me to believe that it may be capable of performing simulations of the transference technique. If so, we would be able to conduct years of tests within the space of a few days. In theory, it would be no different from how we identified the password. It'll take more calculating power, a lot more. I also couldn't say whether our equipment would be up to the task. Tell me, Sid, why do you suppose Owen locked his report behind a password? To keep it from prying eyes, of course. Why else? Wait, a password that could be guessed by anyone with leisure in a dictionary wouldn't keep it from a person minded to look. No, he wanted his report to be seen by those who strive for freedom. Not unlike the members of a certain distinguished engineering collective. I believe their motto was freedom through technology or some such. You two round up as many Magitech terminals as you can find and bring them to the workshop. Right away, Chief! Yay! Things are about to get very busy. Lucky we have you to help, eh? All those Magitech terminals won't come cheap. Shut up, Tataru. Some things you shouldn't put a price on. Suffice to say, I'll be of whatever help I can.
As with our first foray into the Labyrinth of Ancients, we seek to venture to the unknown, and in order to succeed, we require not only knowledge and preparation, but daring besides, just like old times. We're getting there, one step at a time. Right, while Grahatia and I configure the terminals, I want the rest of you to procure supplies, namely ceruleum to fuel the terminals and ice shards to keep them cool. The more we have of both, the better. Leave the ice shards to me. I'll round up some adventurers and go on a gathering spree. In that case, I'll trust Gobo and Alizé with the ceruleum. Here's a promissory note for each of you. Can we just not raid the old castrums? There should be, like, ceruleum at the castras, right? Take them to the Sky Steel Manufactory in Ishgard and the ceruleum processing plant in Thanelin. The people there will give you what you need. Yours is a well-known face in the Holy See, I believe. If it's all the same to you, I'll head to Thanelin. Well, I wanted to go to Thanelin. It's not the same as to me. I like North Thanelin, but it's cold in Ishgard. Well, I'm off. Sky Steel Manufactory. Fromolo, I have a promissory note for you for some stuff that we need. You're after ceruleum? In that case, please present the note to our engineer at the airship landing. I'd be glad to assist you. Can't be easy, can it? Actually, it is pretty easy. I just have to go to the airship landing. Hey, buddy. Ceruleum, oh, you come to the right man. Fair warning, though, price has shot up on account of the uncertainty of the Empire, so I hope you got the coin. I've got a promissory note. A promissory note from the Ironworks? I don't see many of those. So not that's a problem. It's as good as gold to me. Yeah, so we need this much ceruleum. So much ceruleum. Oh my gosh, it's Emric!
My friend! After the disappointment of not seeing you in Alamigo, what good fortune to chance upon you here of all places.
That rubs me slightly the wrong way, Emric. Not gonna lie. I mean that in a platonic way.
Heard, the Allied nations are making a renewed effort to address the primal problem. To that end, have I invited the chieftain of the Vanu to Ishgard, that we might together plot a course. Since the war with the Empire appears to be nearing its conclusion, I would also like to call upon Estinian's lance. Alas, he is, as ever, a difficult man to find. I am informed he recently paid a visit to the Rising Stones. Should he happen to do so again, be sure to pass on my regards, won't you? But tell me, what business brings you to our fair city this day?
Science! We're trying to cure the tempered.
A cure for tempering. You never cease to amaze me. Until now, our only hope has been prevention, our every failure irrevocable. But this would rewrite the rules of engagement. It could end the cycle of bloodshed. Very well. You shall have all the ceruleum we can provide, and an airship with which to transport it. In this matter, you may count on Ishgard's full support.
Is Ishgard fronting the bill then? The Ironworks Tataru will be very happy to hear that Ishgard is covering the bill. It's not a lot of ceruleum, I say, knowing full well that that one barrel of this is probably enough to like level a city. Oh, they got the tech up here a lot. Got the ice crystals, got the ceruleum. Good news, Tataru! Ishgard's funding the
Who would
operation.
have thought ceruleum weighed so much? Serves me right for being stubborn, I suppose. I should have just done what you did and accepted help.
Yeah. Just walk away. Yeah, you should
Good
have.
work, you two. This is all we asked for and more. Quite a lot more now that I look at it.
Ishgard's covering the cost.
Lord Emmerich, eh? And entirely by chance. Ha! Some people have all the luck.
We have also succeeded in configuring the terminals, thanks in no small part to our able assistant.
It's been a while, hero. You seem surprised to see me. Lest you misunderstand, I've no interest in such things as cures for tempering. But if you mean to achieve that which eluded even the storied Allagans, it seemed plain that you would require my expertise. And so it proved. Is that not right, Garland?
Ah, the divorced husbands continue.
For all the effort it took to track you down after your latest disappearing act, you could find the cure for death, and it wouldn't be worth the trouble.
That wasn't the only reason I agreed to cooperate. I'm reliably informed that Garland and I are destined to unravel the secrets of travel not only across dimensions, but through time. Doubtless the lion's share of the credit lies with me. 9 paths to Garland's 1. And this research will be a stepping stone to that illustrious achievement.
Very well then. I'll do 1/10 of the work. Just the part that's beyond you.
Oh god, do you two need a room?
Whatever you say, Garland.
Right. If everyone's ready, let's begin.
I need to give you two a room, and you can just make out for a bit and get that out of your system. Come back covered in bruises and get the job done.
All appears to be in order. Now, we just have to wait for it to find us our magic. Why not take this opportunity to put your feet up? This may take a while.
Everyone's doing slash does.
Damn it. It's overloading.
She won't last much longer!
We'll have to shut it down.
Wait! We're close. So very close.
Oh.
Well, this is going swimmingly.
Please, a moment longer. I beg you. There. I was able to memorize the magic before it faded. It still needs to be put to the proof, but I believe we have our cure.
It's just as well. She'll never run again.
Did someone forget to put the thermal paste on or something? Like, what the hell?
The fault is mine. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
Don't be. It may fall short of dimension hopping, but a cure for tempering is not to be sniffed at.
Also, it's not your fault unless it was your job to put on the thermal paste. Like,
this, my friend, is a world-changing discovery. One we're proud to have had a hand in. A few Magitech terminals are a pittance to pay.
Thank you.
Well, we've done what we can. The rest is up to you.
remember to send the bill to Ishgard, not to Tataru. Emmerich said he'd cover it. So, let's see if he'll cover it. Da, 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 da. Alice has only one thing on her mind. Well, first, what's on your mind, Krile? So we finally have it! The cure for tempering. All that remains is to put it to use. I'll be praying for your success on the front lines. In the end, we didn't have to pay for the terminals, which is great for us, but I can't help but feel for my counterpart at the Ironworks. Alas, the Ironworks crew couldn't linger long, far too much to do. Yet, brief though our time together was, it was bloody good to see them. I should mask his voice. Hey, things have changed! The situation has changed! Clemens, what's up? Oh, when we went to deliver the ice shards, we had an occasion to speak with Grahatia. Sister says he acts like an old person, but if you ask me, he seems like a perfect gentleman. So I had a little chat with Grahatia. Though he looks young as any of us, he has the air of an older person about him. I suspect he's seen more than his fair share of trials. Oh, Hori challenged you once before, and now he's sights set upon Grahatia. I fear history is about to repeat itself. They say Grahatia is a versatile combatant who excels at all roles in battle. I should very much like to test my blade and shield against him. There's nothing quite like basking in the glow of brother's fighting spirit. Must make this bout with Grahatia happen, yes we must. Graha? They're gonna try and rope you into the polycule, I think. Good luck. At long last we have our cure. In theory, at any rate, we cannot be certain until such time as we put it to the proof, but I'm quietly confident. Well, if we're tested on someone, I suggest Gabu. His symptoms are relatively mild. As long as you exercise due caution. Yes, as long as we exercise due caution, it'll be fine. Without further ado, then let's make for Limsa. We've kept Gabu waiting long enough. To Limsa! To Gabu! Home, sweet home. Eraha. 'Tis plain Alice is very fond of Gabu. To the extent that I had a hand in it, I shall do all in my power to bring him back. Well, Alice? Well, this is the moment of truth. I'll have our hosts bring Gabu to us at once.
Apologies for the wait.
Gabu.
Gabu, have you been good?
Still no change, I'm afraid. He just stands there in silence until we move him.
It's all right now. We're going to help you get better.
Fancy meeting you here.
Alphino Yushtola! I thought you were attending to primal matters.
We were, and came here for a meeting on the subject. Certain pirate factions did not deign to attend, however, and it was cancelled.
We had resigned ourselves to having wasted a journey when we chanced to espy you. Could it be that there has been progress with the treatment?
We're gonna try it out. Let's go.
Using Magitech terminals to formulate the solution. I would never have contemplated such an approach.
Wait, oh my god, we just asked ChatGPT and we're gonna trust its answer. This can't go badly.
So this new magic, adapted from memory transference, would be used to purge the subject of their fanatical faith, while Angelo would be responsible for reanimating the ether of their soul.
Actually, this is more akin to running a large-scale Monte Carlo simulation and sorting through the results. Like, that's more accurate. This is like... Or like a decision state process. Something like that. I've done these things before.
Yet I wonder at the practicalities. If one were to reanimate the soul first, it would only serve to exacerbate the tempering. Conversely, a stagnant soul would not respond to the effects of the magic. Would both need to be performed simultaneously?
Nothing escapes Master Matoya's inquiring eye. As you say, both must be carried out simultaneously. And thus, I propose to imbue Angelo with the tempering treatment in much the same manner as I did the spirit vessels.
By doing so, we also spare Graha the trouble of casting spell after spell. It's really rather efficient.
Familiars are great.
Be that as it may, certain difficulties are unavoidable. The imbuing process will still require no small amount of ether. And As I can no longer draw upon the Crystal Tower's stores of energy, I will be compelled to rely on those of others.
Well, I, for one, would be glad to assist.
As would I. Since the resumption of our duties, it has been naught but stuffy meetings, and I have ample ether to spare.
Excellent. With your permission, then, let us begin.
Let's go necromancy. No, not really.
Yes, this will do.
And now, it's my turn. Tis done.
No small amount indeed.
Well, we seek to go where even the Allagans did not. It was never like to be easy. The rest is up to you, Alize. The treatment itself will take time and focus, so we will need a quiet room. I'm sure our hosts can spare one. I will go with her. It may be a while before we return, so I would ask for your patience and your faith.
Yeah, sure.
We'll bring Gabu back. You see if we don't.
'Twould seem our part is played. Let us find a place to recuperate while we wait for news.
To the tavern? To the tavern. We could go to the FC house. The FC house is in Libsa. Or we could just hang out in the middle of, like, nowhere. That's fine. Alice will succeed. I'm certain of it. We need but have faith. Well, this seems as good a spot as any to have a rest. Yeah, we're just flopping ourselves down on the side of the road somewhere. It's fine.
For years, Eorzea has labored to find a solution to the primal problem, without success. Any hope that tempering could be reversed faded long ago. I myself had given it up as impossible. Given up on the tempered and the light corrupted alike. They were problems to be tolerated, or else eliminated, I believed. And to think otherwise was pure naivety. Childishness, even. But Alize refused to give up. She struggled and she struggled. And her efforts were rewarded with a way to bring back Halric. And now countless others may no longer be beyond salvation. However much we bicker, I have the greatest respect for my sister. Had I half her stubbornness, nay, her unwillingness to accept the status quo, I would be a far better person.
Don't tell me, tell her.
I should, I know. Yet, despite my good intent, I have the feeling that I would only succeed in incurring her ire. Alize. Are you all right?
The treatment. Did it work?
Gabu?
Oh, I'm so glad to see you all. Delighted, happy, glad.
Delighted, happy, glad. Delighted, happy, glad.
Gaboo!
Gabu! Yay! It worked. Gabu.
All this time, my mind was filled with thoughts of Great Father Titan. But I never forgot about Mother and Father. Always, they were in my heart. Constantly, ever, always. So I tried to focus on their faces. Theirs and yours. Alize's and everyone's. And I found that I could remember. One thing, then another, and another.
Your hopes reached Gaboo. They helped him to hold on.
I'm so proud of you, Gaboo.
I couldn't have done it without you, Alize. Can you help the others too? Cure them, heal them, help them?
Yes, we can. All of them.
Well, maybe not all. Some of them are probably gonna, like, die to adventures before we get to them, but in principle.
Without wishing to dampen the mood, I feel compelled to add certain caveats regarding the viability of the treatment for general use. As you know, reversing the effects of tempering demands a profuse amount of ether, and while Alize was able to heal Gaboo alone, I fear the same will not be true for those who exhibit more advanced symptoms. Moreover, the treatment's effects are limited to the soul. It offers no succor to those whose very flesh has been altered through prolonged exposure to a primal's influence. All of which is to say that we cannot save everyone.
Maybe we can't, or maybe we can. No one gave us a hope of saving Gaboo, and yet here we are. We must find a way to treat as many as possible.
Then the next logical step would be to produce a veritable army of Porkses, would it not? Granted, it seemed a simple enough process in the first, but I suspect it will be different here in the source. Not that I am any authority, of course.
If only we knew an authority.
There is an authority on familiars to whom we may grudgingly turn. She's stubborn, haughty, eccentric, irascible, laconic, annoying. And her name is Master Matoya, the real one.
Yay! Get to see the old lady again. Yay!
I have to go now, Gaboo. But the people here will look after you, all right? And I promise to come and visit you again soon.
All right. Thank you, Alize. Thank you.
I'm so glad we get to go visit the old lady again. Love her so much. And I choose money again. I still have plenty of pizzas. Actually, I only have 4 pizzas. That's like... I don't have very many pizzas left at all. I shall be at pains to remind me I have not paid Master Matoya a visit since returning to the first. There's good time as any. Come, let's make for her cave. Okay. To Idleshire. Is there anything I want to do at Idleshire before I go?
I have the full level 80 gear, so nope. Right, we can't fly inside of Idleshire. What is that? I don't even know what this quest is. Give me quest results. Fox Commander? If you all continue to stab me, I'm going to institute a fee. Imric, what have they done to you? Hilarious, an entirely original joke. I have not heard 8 times already this afternoon clearly. Let's speak of yourself. You appear to match the exhaustingly enthusiastic descriptions Chloe's given me of an adventurer who tells her just the most wonderful stories. Are you indeed that adventurer? Yeah? What's this quest about? Then you're the sort of person I set out to find, the sort with riveting tales to tell. Okay. It's Chloe's bestest friend's Gobo. Are you making friends with the commander too? Commander says he spends days and days and days talking to his other animal friends. After so many days, all of them have run out of stories to tell. He's searching far and wide for new ones. It's just like Chloe, right, Commander? As I've said, my name is Soten. I swear, between you children Rowena with her little joke, I'll never be rid of this blasted nickname. In any case, if I understand correctly, you've been faced and blessed all manner of fiends, blah blah blah. If you weave a tale most fantastical, I grant you access to the Faux Hollows. Strictly speaking, a game of chance I designed. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Okay. I have unlocked the Faux Hollows and... Oh, it's the Unreal Trials. Okay. Don't you look at me. Okay. I don't think we're doing Unreal Trials at this moment. Yeah. You know? Because Savages and Ultimates weren't enough for some people. Well, they're not like raids, they're like trials, so it's like above extreme, you know? Because you know how trials go normal, then extreme, and then raids go normal and then savage? And now they've got the Unreal Trials and the Chaotic Raids. Yay! I have a feeling it would behoove me to, like, actually have good equipment and meld materia and all of that if I were to take part in an Unreal or something. There's the road. There's the wall that leads to Master Matoya's secret cave. It's been some time since Master Matoya last saw Y'shtola. What a lot they'll have to talk about. Do you remember? Last time we came here was to find out why the others had collapsed. If someone had told me then that they'd been whisked away to another world, I'd have laughed in their face. You live and learn, eh? I take it you're ready to bear witness to the joyous reunion of master and pupil. Very well. You can feel Y'shtola's exhaustion. Yeah. Master Matoya.
Nary a word from you all this time, then you bring every man and his pirogo with you. Did no one teach you any manners, girl?
They were too busy teaching me etherology, Master. Jesting aside, I wanted to be the one to express our gratitude. I am told you spared no effort to sustain our bodies while we were away. And for that, we owe you our lives. Thank you.
You were gone so long. I was starting to think you'd set your heart on staying.
It wasn't easy to leave, as it happens. Seldom does one have the opportunity to study other worlds, and I would not have minded extending my stay by a handful of years.
Ever the scholar. Y'shtola dedicated herself to studying ancient civilizations of the First, befriending a tribe known as the Knights Blessed in the process. There she took on the name of Matoya and won the respect of all the children of the forest.
Oh no, Alphino.
I merely adopted an alias in accordance with the custom of my hosts. Yours just happened to be the first name that came to mind.
You mean to tell me you went gallivanting about using my name and only bother to visit when you need a favor? And don't pretend you don't. I taught you long enough.
I love Matoya so much. And Alphino just shoves his foot in his mouth.
And devoted pupil that I am, I could not fail to recall my master's sage advice. When the answer eludes you, look to the wisdom of your elders.
You there. Were you going to introduce yourself?
How remiss of me. Grahatia is my name, and I'm proud to call myself a scion. I too wish to offer my gratitude for your invaluable aid in sustaining the Archon's bodies, as well as my apologies. It was my inexpert summoning spell which endangered their lives in the first place.
Ah, yes. The one bent on digging up the mysteries of Alag. Old Galaf used to speak of you, and Kryles told me all about your recent exploits. Do you have a bad back or something? At ease, boy. Whatever mess you've made, I'm not in the habit of dwelling on the failings of the younger generation.
You are too kind. I've also heard much and more about you, Master Matoya. 'Tis an honor to finally make your acquaintance.
Well, that's more than enough pleasantries for anyone. Tell me what you want. I haven't got all day. So that's the way of it. It should be a simple enough matter to make the familiar. The magic, on the other hand.
Ah, that you may leave to me. Being the only one possessed of royal blood, I alone can imbue the subject with the necessary magic.
So I just need to create porxes with the power to stir the soul. Just, I say. Though we're talking about a veritable herd of the little buggers, we'd collapse before we reached double figures. But if I could get a familiar to create the familiars, a mother porxie, as it were. Seems I haven't seen the last of that moldy old hole after all.
Oh? A porksy that produces porksies. What an inspired idea. By the way, Gobo, do you think I misspoke earlier? I'm sure it's not my intention to embarrass anyone. You're an idiot. Moldy old hole. She must really miss that place. In case you've wondered, Alphino got his innocent streak from our mother. It can be rather endearing, even useful in certain situations. Most of the time it just makes me want to shake him. Poor Stola. What does she mean, do you think? Some manner of hidden workshop, perhaps? Alright, off to my old workshop then. Everything required to make your familiar is there. That may be, but no one set foot in there since the Exodus. I dread to imagine what's become of it. Oh, there's sure to be a handful of feral familiars and mayhap a monster or two. Nothing to trouble the likes of you. Consider it cleaning up the price of payment for my help. Fine, we'll do it. Good girl. Now, if there's no other objections, I suggest you run along to the Maker's Quarter. I'll send my poor Ogos ahead of you to the workshop. You need only tell him who you are. One can't be too careful, after all. Off you go. To the Maker's Quarter. Okay, that's... The only downside of this whole area is... no convenient aetheryte. I think it's just going to be better to leave the cave and fly. Hi, Alexander. Still frozen away for all eternity in time. Judging by the unruly state of flora without, I think it's safe to assume there'll be no shortage of unruly fauna within. Add to the undisturbed secrets of the workshop, we have the makings of an adventure. The workshop was an unforgiving place before the Exodus. I doubt years of neglect have improved it. The grass could certainly do with a trim. As I may have mentioned, Alazan and I were very young when we departed with the Exodus. I envy Shola for remembering the city as it once was. And our new one. Puro Rogo, the Unwashed. Getting washed by the rain, aren't you? Greetings, Ribbit, and welcome to my good Winstress's Relect. Puro Rogo is my name, and I am honored to be your guide. Within you will find a space dedicated to the making of familiars, along with a cavern wherein the requisite ingredients may be held. I must warn you, however, the place has not played host to a single soul, much less a broom, in over 15 years, and will, I regret, be in some disarray. But rest assured, my brothers and I will see to it you do not lose your way. Now then, say the word and I'll show you in. Motoya's Relict! Hey, anyone who wants to hop in and join us in the dungeon who has it unlocked. Considering how notices went, I doubt it is going to be a thing. Yeah. Recruit.
dungeon. Mine, of course. Make the little notes. Set up the recruitment. See if we get anyone in here. We only need a couple people. We can get a sense of how many people are online. Oh, plenty of people are online. Will they join us? I don't know. But that's okay. The party finder is up. Just have to come in and say hi. If some rando happens to be watching. Well, I guess we'll go hang out in Limsa while we wait. It's AIM! And there's Groff. And here we can use our new emote. Just chill against the wall. Waha. And then I will also snip you. And at Party Finder. This is still officially Shadowbringers, right? Maybe someone will be interested in popping in. No, I'm fighting against 8-man roulettes. Everyone's like, roulettes, and I'm like, help me. Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and end that and just fire it up the old-fashioned way. Where? Average wait time 25 minutes. Where? Oh, this is why I had a party. Hey, if you skip cutscenes, there might be time for you to catch up before this pops. Where? It's not like I can do Mogstone stuff while we wait. 'Cause this all is like that. It's like... do heaven on high is what my thing wants me to do. You want to read? Very understandable. I just mostly wah, because I'm competing against other events and DPS queues. Wah. And it wouldn't bother me too much if I could, like, hop in Heaven on High and grind a couple of, like, floors of Heaven on High while I waited, but I can't. So it's like, wah. What am I supposed to do? Learn to craft? Well, what on earth am I going to do while I wait for this queue to pop? We could always... sightseeing log. Haven't hardly done any of this. Yeah, let's go to Corthus, and not Corthus, I don't want to fight snow. Let's go to... You know what? I like Azazla. Let's go to Azazla, and we'll go hunting for any vistas, and go hang out at them. Don't even know where any vistas are, but we'll just go a-looking. There's bound to be some. I would be shocked if there's not a vista on top of this thing. Well, there's a top. Let's see, we're looking for interesting spots. This is an interesting spot. There's got to be something around there. Right? something somewhere. Of course, there's no guarantee I haven't already gotten it. Oh, hey, we can get inside of here. Neat. There's a fate in here. You're apparently the reason why the block was originally created. And you broke out. Well, that's unfortunate for you. Or fortunate, because you're free now. Hi, Tiamat. Okay. Let's see. From high atop Azazla, I looked on the realm and saw her twisted beauty. There I saw a sight that was sung of for as long as sights are sung. There's 3 on Azazla. Hey, never mind. The real act. We have it. With randos. Oh, it's got a little, looks like a witch's hat. That's cute.
Right.
Cake.
To begin with, I need you to gather a few ingredients. Listen well to what the Porogos say, or you'll wish you had.
The clay can be had at the clay cut cauldron. Through the portal, if you would. Please follow me, Ribbit, and put down any pests that bar the way. Woohoo! Whoa. Allow me to assist you with the gap. Okay. Mudman! Woohoo! I'm sure this will be fine. Haha. Yay, we have clay! There. That's the way we go. A 1 sec from Cybella. Okay. Ba-bum-ba-dum. I'll take this amulet. You want a box, Grace? Pop up. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to scare. To the watery portal. Rip! Right, you caught up to the dungeon before I got done with it, but not before I got in. That is so sad. Whee! I kind of wish we had this mine. That would have been so good. Woohoo! Water. So we got the earth, we got the water. Well, we'll have the water when we defeat that. Mischievous presence. A Nixie! So we get rid of this and we have the water. DQ? Where's our Dream Queen? There she comes! Well, More water? I imagine I don't go down yet, because everyone else isn't. Yep, that would have been probably bad to be in. I didn't get away in time. Whoa! Easy peasy. Ah, you have to press yes. Is this ring better than what I have? 91. 102. Heck no. Ooh. This is... This is paint. Off we go, Ribbit! Apparently there's some nice glams in this dungeon too. I haven't been paying attention too much because they haven't been for me, but we'll take a look after, see how everything looks. Come on, group everyone up. There's gonna be some cruelty here. And we've got a new edge queued up. Let's go. Don't know who the final boss is gonna be. Oh, well, we have one of you first. Okay. You know what, I think that's a fairly nice use of an edge. And we have the kiln! Woo! So we've got the clay, we've got the water, we've got the kiln. Now it's time to bake ourselves a porksy. Yay!